Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Literacy Blossom by Masa. I'm Masa, and I'm excited to be here today for another Writing Wednesday. And today's episode is one that I'm really happy to introduce to you all. It's focused on getting started with prayer journaling. This is honestly my favorite form of journaling. I'm a lover of Jesus, all things Jesus over here. And prayer journaling has really helped supported me in remaining grounded. It's helped me to just focus in on what really matters in my life. I've used prayer journaling for everything. It's a part of my daily practice. I engage in prayer journaling every day. And the benefits and the impact it has had on my life are beyond what I could potentially even describe. So that's my mini testimony. So let's get into this video a little bit deeper so that I can show you why you should prayer journal and how to get started. Okay, how to engage in prayer journaling. You should first start off by securing a dedicated journal for your prayers or your study time. Some people like to use their prayer journal and also their study journal in the same book. So when I say study journal, I mean if you are studying the Bible or you are watching sermons and you're taking notes, some like to incorporate their prayer journals in there. I do a little bit of both. I do have a book that's separate for study notes, and I journal in my phone. I also journal in the study time journal that I have, but you want to make sure though you have something that is focused on your prayers, and if you want to secure it and lock it up, you can do that, whatever you feel comfortable with. I want to encourage you when you're starting to engage with prayer journaling to operate from a place of transparency and openness. You want to ensure that you're going into it not hiding anything, that you are fully open to the experience, and you are really saying what's on your heart and what's in your mind. So that leads us right into write whatever comes to mind. Write it, say it, declare it over your life, what you're feeling, what you're experiencing. I see it as me having the opportunity to communicate in a way where I'm not going to be judged for what I say, because humans, people, they will judge you, but when it comes down to prayers and God, you're not being judged. God knows us more so than we know ourselves. So just writing and being transparent, honest, and writing comes to mind. What comes to mind is so important. You also should, after you finish your prayers, I encourage you to reread what you wrote. And after you reread what you wrote, practice faith. So if you're believing that certain things are going to happen in your life, after you write it down, practice faith. And if you say you crafted some action steps that need to happen as a result of, your prayer time, then you need to walk in faith, act on those action steps at the same time. So definitely reread what you wrote. And if you're hoping for clarity, you can include questions in your prayers. That's something I do that. And I'm going to talk about why prayer journaling is so effective in a second. I meant to do that before this slide, but it's okay. I can always go back. But if you're hoping to gain some form of clarity around a situation that's happening in your life, you can include questions in your prayers. Include questions and have that faith that you're going to receive the answer that you're looking for as it relates to this circumstance you're experiencing. So why prayer journaling? Prayer journaling allows for focused, intentional, quiet time. Sometimes, I don't know if anybody else has experienced this, but at times when I'm trying to pray or I'm engaging in meditation, with prayer, I may get distracted a little bit. But when you are writing your prayers out, it allows you to maintain focus because you're actively writing, you're in a book, and you're being intentional. So I think it's an extreme benefit to write your prayers. This one's my favorite. You're able to establish a record of your test before the testimonies. So there's some things that I've journaled about, I've written about, that I can now say that I'm now walking in the testimonies of those experiences, things that I may have thought that I would not have overcome, or would not have situations I may not have gotten out of, or even things that I dreamed of for myself. Now I'm walking those testimonies, and now I have a record of that. I can go back and read and see, like, wow, look what God has done for me in this area of my life, so that I can continue to walk in faith as new hurdles come up, right? Because we know that with life, we're always going to experience challenges. Things are always going to happen. And I'm going to keep following the process. I'm going to keep writing and keeping a record of what's occurred, and just standing in expectation that the testimony is around the corner. It's on its way. So that's my favorite. And also real-time awareness and answers. And I spoke about this on the previous slide when I discussed, like, you may want to include questions in your prayers. And the reason you may want to include questions, because prayer journaling could provide you with real-time awareness and answers. If there's something that's happening in your life, if you're trying to figure out like an action plan, if you're looking for direction, you could journal about it, write your prayer about it. And I believe that you will get answers as a result of taking that action step. So you have homework, okay? You have homework. This week, I'm encouraging you to incorporate prayer journaling into your quiet time. So if you're someone who prays, if you're someone who's starting to pray, I encourage you to try prayer journaling as a part of your quiet time, and also reflect on the experience of just writing out your prayers, like how it made you feel. Did you feel more intentional with what you were doing since you were writing out your prayers? So yeah, I would like to thank you for joining me today for a Writers Wednesdays. For those of you, this is your first Writer Wednesdays. These are quick videos. My goal has been to get them to 5 minutes or less. That never works. It usually goes a little bit longer, but I want this to be a time where you can get a quick writing tip that you can incorporate into your writing practice almost immediately. So I hope that with the previous videos and the videos to come in this video, you're able to get those tips to support you in moving forward with your writing. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe. I have so much more content coming out. I'm very excited about the different projects I'm working on and the things that are happening that I would like to share with you all. But until the next video, I hope you have a wonderful day. Stay blessed.